Welcome, everyone, to the Maine State Championships, part of the Silver Series on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We are here at Pineland Farms playing the Patriot course in New Gloucester, Maine. I'm Sarah Hokom, here with Nicole Dionisio to call the action.
Hey everyone, it's Pickle.
We've got Allison Haggett, local player, Nicole, who's with us in the booth. We've got Jessica Weese and myself on this card. The course is a mix of rolling hills, and this is one of the first open holes we'll play.
We're going to start out here on hole 1. It's fairly open. It's 298 feet. You can either go backhand or forehand right at it. You do have OB right behind it, about 10 feet.
Kind of makes this course look like it's really open, but this is the first of the open holes. There's a few open holes and a lot of wooded holes. So this is kind of a you have to get this birdie.
This is
Start
a big
out
birdie.
your round. A little bit of wind today. I'm going to throw a photon here and let it fade to the basket, hoping not to throw it too deep into the OB.
And you played the wind excellent right there and parked the hole for a nice drop-in birdie. Now we have Jessica Wiese on the box. Looks like she's going to go backhand here.
She's going with her shrike on the hyzer, looking for a little bit of carry. Gets a nice skip and roll just on the edge. She is safe, but with a difficult putt on that elevated basket.
Here I am with the my shrike, and I'm going to be going backhand right up at the middle, right attacking the basket, hoping for a little flex. And a nice skip up to the basket. Just put myself right outside circle 1.
And Allison Haggett, she's throwing her Pharaoh, catches that headwind a little bit, and it flexes out, so she'll have some work to do to get into that basket.
Here's Allie now with her approach. Just laying up with the elevated basket. Pretty smart play right there with the OB.
You also running your putt, dangerous putt, but you're still safe and have an easy tap in on the backside.
I was going for it.
Just barely gets it a little bit low and right. A little bit of cleanup work here.
Yeah, nice little tap in for the 3.
It's pretty cold right now. It's close to 50 degrees. It's probably the coldest weather I've played in a couple of years. And there is some wind. It's pretty swirly, a little bit gusty. So that'll make everything real interesting.
Yeah, no, we had really lots of swirly wind out there today. We usually don't play in too much wind out there like that. And everybody just tapping in their 3s, and Sarah with her birdie.
It was one of the easier holes on the course, but there was just the one birdie on the day. I see some people getting that birdie on Sunday when we finish the tournament at this course.
I think you'll see a few more. Here we're at hole 2. It's 390 feet. You're playing downhill, and you want to really punch something straight forward, and the basket's finishes with a slight hyzer on a hill, so you really need something to go really straight.
This is playing as the most difficult hole on the course for today. So we'll see if we can hit this gap and get the fade towards the basket. I'm throwing one of the new MVP plasma relays on a hyzer, looking to hit the gap. Threw it a little bit low, but I'm basically in the middle for an approach shot.
Here's Jessica Wiese.
Throwing her glow leopard, lets it out a little early, and she's got a lot of work to do to get to that basket. This is you with your trusty eagle?
Here's my eagle, and I kind of did the same play you did. I left it a little low for the hill, turned it over.
The elevation on this hole off the tee is really downhill, and that gap is really tight, and Allison is showing us how to do this.
Yeah, Allie hit a great shot. Perfect. Can't really ask for anything better on that one.
Jess with her AVR X3 looking to get a turn, but it stables up.
Yeah, she left a little nose up there, it seemed, and
off to the right, she'll have to scramble.
Here's me with my eagle again. I hit my line and then just kind of got a bad roll
Oh,
away.
look at that ground play. Ah. Outside the circle, but with a look at par.
What are you throwing here, Sarah?
I'm throwing a theory. It's a flippy mid on a hyzer. Just leave it a little bit short. Hits a tree. I'm just outside the circle with a death putt. Allie with a guarded approach doesn't get enough turn on it, and she's going to fade down the hill and roll into the rough for her 3-putt. Jeez, what a tough hole.
Yeah, this is a fast green right here. You really have to watch your displacement here and the speeds.
Just scrambling from the woods. AVR X3 again. Lays it pretty nicely. She's inside the circle, uphill putt. And for my par save. Oh, geez, just a little tickle. But I'm glad it stayed right there.
Yes. Allie with a little approach with her Nexus AVR. I'm putting with my KC Pro AVR.
For the par. Dang.
Seemed like I just couldn't get the putter out of my hand.
And, you know, dealing with cold fingers and 50-degree weather, most of us aren't used to dealing with that at this time of year. Jess, for single, that was for her bogey.
Yeah, that was for bogey. Off the top band. Allie tapping in for bogey.
Man, what a rough hole. We're all going to bogey this. In fact, the entire field, no birdies, no pars.
Wow.
Our entire field bogeyed this hole with the one double bogey by Jess.
This is a tough hole, but we should be getting some pars out there.
I think there's some pars in our future. That was the most difficult hole we played. So that puts me back to even. Allie and Nicole are at 1 over, and Jessica Weese is now at 2 over.
Here we are at hole 3. It's 188 feet, and it's a big turnover shot or a forehand up the hill. You really want to play something inside the trees here. You usually don't want to go too wide because there's a hill behind it. It tends to roll away.
One of many sloped greens and elevated putting situations. I'm throwing a crave up the left side. Let it go a little bit early, and I get a kick to the right.
Here I am with my Firebird, and I did what I said you didn't want to do, and I left it out wide.
Hands on the hips.
Yeah, it's never good when you see that.
And it rolled, and it's still rolling.
I think it rolled a lot.
You need the bazooka to get out to like stop that.
Yeah, that was a rough roll.
Whew.
Here we got Allie.
Looks like her cohort.
I think it's her leopard, actually.
Nice turn on it. Hits the gap perfectly, and she's parked.
Yeah, parked.
Great shot. Jess with her Vulcan.
One of her newer Vulcans.
Yeah,
Seems like
she's lost a bunch of discs recently, so she's got a bunch of new stuff in her bag she's trying to work in.
she definitely has a bunch of new discs that she got. Here I am trying to scramble out of the woods.
Go. Okay, circle's edge.
Yeah, I just put myself just inside the circle.
I am throwing a really awkward, super high Anheuser.
Yeah, you had that huge pine tree in your way. The camera angle didn't really give it justice.
Just outside the circle to save my par. Another basket hit low right.
I'm trying to save par, and again, I just can't get the putter out of my hand. It seems like this morning, like Sarah was saying, cold fingers, I guess.
Hard to get that finger pop when you can't feel them. Jess with her birdie.
Yeah,
Great.
that's one of those birdies you really want to get. We don't have too many of them out here.
And Allie also, easy birdie. Yeah, I would say 1 and 3 are definitely those must-get birdies. So it hurts to get a bogey on this hole.
Yes, this
Let
one.
me tell you.
This one definitely hurts.
I can tell. I guess you and I can tell the rest of the world.
Yes, this one hurts. This one, when people are getting birdies and you're getting bogeys, you're definitely losing a few strokes.
So Allison brings herself back to even. Nicole 2 over. Jess is now back to 1 over, and I am now also 1 over.
Now we're coming up to one of the most iconic holes out here at Pineland, hole 4, which is 625 feet of rolling hills with the basket on a hill and with the big American flag right on top, just to show you which way the wind's blowing.
Which doesn't necessarily mean you're going to feel that from the tee, which
No.
I think we might have all learned the hard way. You definitely can't feel any wind on the tee, but once you get out there, there's a cross headwind. It's like a left to right crosswind
It gets swirly.
coming at your head.
Got Allie up here throwing her Emperor.
Leaves it out a little bit high, face to the left, and she'll be good 400 feet away. Jess going with her Shrike, looking to get lots of distance. That wind just makes it fall out of
Just
the air,
kicked it right
and
down.
she doesn't get that full carry she's looking for. I'm throwing a trace, also not reading the wind well, and I end up right on that rock wallish barrier,
But it's not OB over there, so.
thankfully. And you're going Destroyer?
Yeah, I'm going Pro Destroyer here.
Probably the smart play in this win. I think I'm going to stable up myself.
Yeah, after
Come
seeing all you
Sunday.
guys' shots, I just tried to
Well,
stick
maybe
something
you
in
should
the
go
middle.
first next time.
I told you, I didn't want to go first at all today. Here I am with my Shrike.
Trying to just get full distance there.
Yep,
Jess also
with her Shrike.
on a hyzer. Gets it up to the mound, but still has a long putt.
A death putt.
Every putt on this mound is a death putt, turns out.
Yes.
Allison again with her Pharaoh. And puts herself about 60 feet. I don't have much stance here, so I am trying to throw a standstill hyzer around the outside of these trees. I get it a little flatter than I want, and have a pretty long approach to try to get my par.
I'm going a cohort approach shot here.
Now, who makes the cohort?
Infinite Dis.
Infinite.
One of my sponsors.
So you and Allie are both
We're
sponsored
both
by Infinite, one of the
Yes.
top retailers in the country.
Yeah, it's always fun playing with Allie, another Infinite girl.
Throw my envy a little bit deep there, leave myself some work on the backside.
Here's Allie going for the putt for 3.
Was she running that?
It looked like she was running it. I think she wanted it.
And Jess for birdie. Nice controlled Anheuser. Doesn't really look like she was going for that one. With the first real putt I've had from the inside the circle. Happy to knock that down.
Save that par. Move on.
This is a very birdieable hole. But we didn't really see any birdies on it today.
I think the wind was just too swirly out there for us to really get the good read.
Yeah, I think gotta get something far and in the middle off that tee shot and then play this mound properly.
Yeah. Yeah, you really need to get really far off the tee pad to be able to attack this basket. And we got Allie Haggett at even with a par. I'm at +2 with a par. Jessica Weese is at +1 with a par. And Sarah Hokom also at +1. Here we are at hole 5. It's a par 4. It's 530 feet. Again, you're playing back into these rolling hills, and then this basket is up on top of a hill, a little tucked away underneath the trees.
Kind of navigating, trying to get distance off the tee, and then navigating that bush on your second shot.
The bush definitely can play in your head. I prefer to be as far right on this hole as you can, right of the bush, and try to stay away from that left side.
Allie up first, throwing her faro. Puts a nice move on it, right in the middle. Just looking for big distance here, throwing her turn. This is a disc she goes to quite a bit. It's a nice big turn, and the fade back to the left side.
Yeah, put yourself out there really nice. What are you flicking here, Sarah?
This is a trace.
Trace.
It's a semi-flippy distance driver.
I've been trying to learn my MVP better, so playing with you today, I was trying to take some notes.
Well, that's part of our Streamline set of discs that are solo molds.
I went with a Shrike here.
Nice little bit of turn, and like you said, you prefer it outright. And that's what you did.
Yeah, I got it out right. Just didn't get the distance that I wanted, but I did get to the right side. And I went with my Shrike again, which was not the shot that I should have been going. But it turned into an okay roller, so it worked.
Got a little bit of distance from that roll. Inadvertent roller.
Inadvertent.
Sometimes they work out.
Here's Allie with her faro again.
Right to the top of the hill.
Yeah, she gets right on that walking path. That's a great shot that you want to be.
I'm throwing another trace here, basically as far as I can throw. A little bit of turn around that bush, and then I gotta miss this tree. I don't, and I get a nice little roll.
I remember thinking that was a perfect shot, and then it just hit that tree that was going to be parked.
Just needed to beat that one. It's always that one tree.
It is. There's always the one. Here's Jess with a Valkyrie that she just got.
Yeah, brand new to her, right out of the used bin at Bittersweet Ridge. She's throwing it like she knows it. With a look at birdie.
I'm in a tough spot here behind the trees. I'm going to have to go tomahawk up and over with a Firebird.
Yikes. You don't want to hit that little gap right there over the rock?
No.
Nice shot. Perfect.
I hit my line. I was happy with it.
Yeah, a little work to do still, but you're on the dance floor. Allie with her cohort.
I think me and Allie both love our cohorts for our approach shots.
Yeah. Well, it flies well. Here I am from outside the circle.
Off the top of
hitting the basket.
All over the basket.
Yet to throw one in from that distance today. And you make a great putt here.
It's
saving the par.
Saving my 4. Good. Yeah, I needed that one. That one finally came out of the hand. The fingers were starting to warm up there. I think it got above 50 there, finally.
Yeah, we didn't get, it only got to about high 50s throughout our round. We really didn't get to warm up too much. Maybe at the end.
Yeah, I was going to say the sun didn't come out till probably hole 15, 16, but...
Jess with a great birdie putt, the only birdie on the field today.
Allie with a good par save.
Solid putt. She's got a great stroke. This is one of the easier holes as it played today, with no bogeys, but very few birdies. Jessica Wiese being the only birdie, bringing herself back to even and tied up with Allie.
And you got Sarah at +1, and I'm at +2.
We're on their heels.
We're trying to catch them. Here we are with hole 6. It's 492 feet. It's a dog leg right. You really want to follow the walking path all the way up. If you can land on the walking path off your drive, that's actually probably your most, your best shot. This is probably one of the tougher holes out here, I feel like.
Yeah, once you turn that corner, you still have another 250 to 300 feet to get to the pin, and then you've got this drop-off on the left side of the pin with this elevated basket. So it turns the green into some tricky stuff.
Yeah, I like the elevated basket here.
Jess going with her strike on a nice hyzer line.
And just hits a rock and just sits
it's like
there.
a reverse skip. Man, she was looking at another 30 feet from that if it had hit the right ground spot on the ground.
Yes. Allie hits the tree and just gets knocked down there. But she'll still be in the fairway.
I'm going with Trace again on a hyzer. Throw it a little high, and I somehow sneak through these branches. And
you weave in them.
That was the best look I've had.
Yeah, that's a great shot. If you can get up there anywhere.
I'm going to say it's a little lucky, but I'll take it. And Destroyer for Pickle.
Yeah, I just hammered it a little too hard and just put myself right in the bushes. Right in those pricklies.
It's easy to do. It's hard to shape this line perfectly to land in that roadway.
Yeah, the wind, I think, just got in my head there a little bit. Got scared to leave it nose up. Allie weaving some trees. We got Jessica Weese here with her Valkyrie that she just got.
Looking for some turn, leaves it a little far left and gets kicked down pretty quickly. Here you are. Eagle.
My eagle, my trusty eagles. I just need to stick with these things.
Just throw that on every shot.
I should.
Great out. You had nothing over there.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything. I saw those discs and tried to put it right in the same pile where you guys were.
I'm throwing a shock here, looking to throw it out left and it fade to the right. I went a little bit low, but I'm inside the circle looking at birdie.
Great skip up towards the basket.
Allison with her cohort parks it.
Yeah, puts it right next to the basket. Here's Jessica Weese with her gator.
And I don't know if that's a real gator because it really didn't fade hardly at all.
I know.
Is that a fake gator?
When she told me it was a gator, I said the same thing, but I guess the wind grabbed it.
Yeah, we did have a headwind here. Cross headwind.
Yeah, cross headwind. I'm going with my meteor, and I let the same thing kind of what happened to Jess's disc. I just let my meteor flip up and over and put it a little outside of the circle.
Who doesn't like a death putt?
Oh yeah, death putt with headwind.
Whew, it's like a straight headwind at this point.
Just putting it in there with that cohort.
Perfect speed. Barely touches the chains, and I'm done flying. Why don't you just get on in that cage?
Just plop it right in.
Whew,
yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, you see this?
See it on your face.
Oh yeah, because you know where that was going if that missed. That was going down that hill. Yeah.
Pickle always with a catchy comebacker. Here I am from the edge of the circle. And, man.
Right off the top band.
Yep.
You've been all over the basket.
Jess puts one up and gets the good cage catch.
Yeah, she went with the death putt too. She was feeling it, I guess.
And Allie also.
Allie's going to tap in.
Saving her par. So we're all going to walk away with some pars on this hole.
Which I think is great. This is definitely one of the tougher holes if you get off the fairway. It's a pretty tricky upshot. So.
And there were no birdies, and all four of us were the
We played that hole well. We did. Here we are at hole 7. It's 406 feet. It's going down the hill, down to hyzer, and then you're coming back up towards the basket, up a really steep hill. This is probably one of my more favorite holes out here. Just, it's really a beautiful shot.
Really fun to throw, I agree. Almost like a par 3.5, but they're calling it a par 4.
I think it's definitely more of a par 3. I've deuced this one with a flick, so if I can deuce it, I think it's a par 3.
Yeah, I was surprised when I heard it was a par 4, but you know what? I'll take it.
Yes, I will too.
Thanks, Jamie.
Here's Jessica Weese with one of her new discs that she also got, and that turn.
Yeah, she left it a little flat, didn't get any carry left, and she's in the woods. That's going to be tough to get out.
Yeah, she punched it a little too straight.
Allie with the Faro. She's been throwing that mold a lot this round so far.
She loves her Faros.
Throws it up high and flat and gets a fade. Kind of sneaks into the trees.
Yeah, she gets it down there.
But she's looking straight up at the basket. There it is.
Right up the hill.
I'm throwing a relay, looking for a slow turn that'll hook up eventually. And I threw it high and Anheuser, which was the wrong angle. I kick left. I got some work to do.
Yeah, that was a bad kick.
Oh.
And I'm going with my Pro Destroyer here, and
we had a flock of turkey
the turkeys
flying
come
into us as we were trying to throw this final hole. This one was,
Maine for you
he's
right
scared
there.
he's separated from his homies.
Yeah, I think he left his babies behind.
Oh, too much.
And I just rolled my wrist and tried to throw a roller for some reason on a hole with lots of rocks and trees.
Correcting the mistake. Oh, there's his family.
There they are.
Gobble, gobble. It's not Thanksgiving yet. I don't know what y'all are doing over here.
I wanted some deep fried turkey legs. I've been missing my fares.
Eagle.
Going with my eagle, like you said. I just need to stick with my eagle all day long.
I'm going to take all the other discs out of your bag so you can only throw that one. Well, maybe you get a putter.
I've had multiple people tell me that.
I'm throwing a relay through a really tight gap, trying to get some turn up that hill. It doesn't turn as much as I want, but the kick leaves me at the edge of the circle. Got to look at the birdie. Jess in trouble over here. She's going destroyer on a cut roll angle. She executes it pretty well.
Yeah.
And it hit a rock and kind of messed up the line, but that was a really good out.
It looked like she had.
at.
I was gonna say, it looked like she had nothing. Here's Allie with her cohort. She just puts it right underneath the basket. She's got
Parked
the disc
it.
dialed in.
Man, she's been parking a lot of shots.
Yeah,
She's
she was
solid.
feeling it.
Really solid player. Tricky putt here.
Yeah, I gotta go Annie around the trees.
Ugh.
I wanted
Annie was
it.
there.
The Annie was there. I just didn't pop it enough.
Jess also with a long putt from outside the circle for her birdie. Goes Anheuser. Just not quite enough. I've got some awkward footing on this uphill lie. Trying to find the chains.
That basket again.
Off the rim. Okay, well, I'm getting lots of basket hits. Too bad that
Lots
doesn't,
of medal
too bad that
hits.
doesn't count for anything.
I know.
I suppose I'm lucky it didn't roll away, because all these greens are sloped.
Yes. Every basket's basically on a hill, so it's either, they're going to sit or they're going to roll.
Just tapping out her par. And Allie here with the lone birdie on the card. And the other one in our field to get that birdie was Courtney Cannon.
Nice.
Awesome sass. So that brings Allie down to 1 under par. Nicole at 2 over, Jess at even, and I'm at 1 over.
Here we are on hole 8. It's 300 feet. It's right over, up and over the hill again. Rolling hills.
Blind basket.
Blind basket for sure. You really need to have something go really, really straight here. And Try to finish, look maybe to the right a little if you can. It's a little bit more open to the right. You really don't want to go too far left.
What's the shot that gets to the basket here?
You close your eyes and you hope. With all those trees.
Allison up first with her Pharaoh. Gets a weird kick off this one tiny little branch that is sticking out into the fairway that you don't even notice until you hit it.
Yeah, that was looking like the line to get to the basket, actually, and then she did hit that one little limb.
Jess with a Valkyrie. I think this is a great idea also. Throws it pretty wide, pushing that left tree line, but gets it all the way through, and she is all the way down to the opening with a pretty good look at birdie.
Yeah, she was flirting with danger right there, but that was a great line.
It seems like she needed to use that whole left side
Yeah.
in order to make that line work.
She definitely flexed it.
I'm throwing a relay, looking for a low hyzer, and that's not low, turns out. But it flexes out and leaves me pin high on the right side with a tricky approach. Destroyer?
Yeah, I tried to go destroy here, and I should have just went with the eagle.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Ah. Hi. We had some wind coming through there. And then what is this roll happening here?
Yeah, just another bad roll.
Dang.
I had a couple bad rolls today.
With all this elevation, and tree kicks, it happens.
Yeah, I ended up throwing my sidewinder here, and I tried to just flex it over the hill a little bit, and I turned it over a little too much and put myself in some more danger up on the hill with some really awkward footing.
Fun.
Always.
Alley at the bottom of the hill, pretty far left.
Using that cohort.
Yeah. Trying to pop it in there.
Just hits that tree.
Blocker
That
tree at
one
the
guardian
edge of the
tree.
circle. There's a lot of different routes you could take to get to this green, and none of them are huge.
No. I'm going rhino here. Just trying to skip it up a little bit and get it there.
Nice shot. Great approach. Leave yourself a little putt, but I think you got that.
We'll see.
Throwing an envy, looking for that bigger gap on the right and a little fade left. And that was a little far right. Snag those trees. I'm inside the circle, though, to save my par.
Got Jessica going with the Sonic, it looks like.
I love that she throws this disc. Ooh. Pretty.
Yeah, she throws it really well. Here's Allie putting for her par with the Nexus Firefly.
Little right. Looks like she kind of had a little misfire there.
Yeah, she just looked like she rolled her wrist a little.
She's telling us about it right now. I've got some weird footing once again, but just inside the circle. Very makeable putt. Not today. I about knocked that basket over.
Ugh.
You see that? Oh, well, that's good. It was a confident putt, at least.
I remember just thinking you just couldn't buy one at that point.
That did feel like that. And to save a bogey,
Yeah, save my bogey. And try to move on.
Allison also putting for bogey.
This is one of the holes that I feel like you usually want to try to get a birdie, if not just par out. So bogey hurts a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, as a par 3, I find it really difficult to get all the way into that gap.
It's definitely pretty far for the girls. I don't see too many girls actually deucing this hole too often.
We did have one, though. Jessica Beckett got the deuce today.
Jess, that's a huge
So,
birdie.
We all kind
Yep.
of bogey or par. Jess gets the bump there on the par.
So we got Allie and Jess at 0. And then I'm at +3 and Sarah's at +2. Here we are on hole 9. It's 357 feet. And this is a tough hole. You really need to punch something really straight up over this hill. And it plays longer than 357, I feel like. And you need something just to Finish it with a slight hyzer at the end.
Yeah, with that downhill, it's almost got to finish a little straight and just kind of fade down the hill with the actual.
Yeah, you're
elevation,
right.
The gravity just kind of pushing it down there, and yeah, I think I agree. On a full hyzer, 357 is a big hyzer.
Yeah.
But Jess has a big hyzer.
Here she is with that turn again. She just got out of the lost and found.
That's a nice shot up there, and man, that's great.
Yeah, puts it right where you want to be, right on the walking path.
Pretty simple approach to this pretty treacherous green.
Yeah, it's pretty fast green right there with that little hill.
And then it's got a drop off to the left.
Yep.
Into some trees.
Got Allie throwing her faro again.
Looks great. Fades a little early.
It went down in, but she went down in that ditch a little bit, but she still has a shot from there.
I'm throwing a relay, really just trying to throw it straight. Trying to end up a little bit on the right. Not that far right. So I'll have a tricky shot to get out of there.
Going Pro Destroyer here. And I did the opposite. I turned it over a little too much and put myself down in that little ditch a little
As your
further than I
future
want.
caddy, I'm going to recommend Eagle.
It should just be Eagle, Eagle, Eagle.
Eagle. I'm trying not to hit this tree right next to me right on my backside.
Yeah, you definitely have some tricky footing here.
And this is a theory, looking for a little bit of turn and very little fade and a little low. Cut rolls, a little bit left, have a long putt to save my par. And you have what? You don't have anything right where you are.
Yeah,
But you parked it.
I was getting ready to just take my 4 inside my head, and I just kind of threw my sidewinder up there, and somehow I parked it.
That's awesome. Allison with a pretty short approach with her cohort, looking for it to fade down the hill. So it's a little short, so she'll have some work to do on a death putt.
Just with that Sonic again. She's
And
trying to ring one in with it.
Also a little bit short. She actually has a putt from that lower part of the hill. I am outside the circle with some rocks that are tempting me on my jump putt. And not a good attempt. But it's right there, so hey, what are you going to do?
It didn't roll exactly.
Allie, for her par, looks like she's running it.
Ooh.
Oh! Tons of speed there.
She put it down in that ditch a little bit.
She's got a tough comebacker here.
Yeah, this
Weird
is tricky.
footing, gap, uphill. Just short.
Yeah, that's definitely a tricky one. I've been down there a couple times.
Just to save her par. Oh, whew, high
A little
chains,
high,
basket
but
catches.
hey, it went in.
So Jess and Nicole, Pickle, you.
Me?
I don't know what to call you right now. Getting the lone pars on the card, along with Alyssa Pearson, also got this par. Everyone else is in Bogey Town. I'm kind of frustrated right now.
Oh, yes, I felt it for you. I just, like I said, you just couldn't buy one today out there.
And that concludes our front 9. We have Jessica Weese leading the charge at even, and Allie not far behind at 2 over, and me and Pickle in the booth are at 3 over.
We're still fighting. We're right there.
So stay tuned for the back 9.